What's up, Internet? My name's David Webb.
I'm Ariel Edwards.
We get nerdy nightly.
And we thought we'd share it with you.
Yeah. That is right. Welcome to a Thursday edition of the Nightly Morning Show. As we come to the end of our... I don't even know how many weeks we've been doing this now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the math because that's
we're
not my strong
closer
suit.
to 100 episodes than I thought we would be this quickly. Although that's just because I can't do math. Obviously, we're at the exact point that we should be, considering we do 5 shows a week.
And we haven't missed a single one.
We have not yet missed one.
Yeah.
Even like with like the scare of like my trip to New York. And
I know. You literally
the DMV day where I almost didn't make it back in time from the DMV.
Yeah. This is like episode, 74?
This is episode 74.
Yeah.
Which means that we've been doing this for...
Oh, you're going to do the math.
15 weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Cool. Well...
That's wild.
I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, because we sure are.
We sure are. You know, we got up a little extra early this morning. We're like, all right, we're 15 weeks into doing a morning show. Maybe we should like make like a better morning routine for it. So
yeah.
I think that y'all...
Instead of struggling out of bed at like 9:15, I'm like...
I think you're gonna see some improvements on the morning show. We have plans, y'all.
Yeah.
We have big plans that will never happen, but that we planned them. We thought about them.
We thought about them, you know.
How are you feeling today?
It's the thought that counts. Good.
Yeah.
Actually, I think like getting up and like moving around a little bit, was a good choice. Yeah, feeling good. I didn't realize how dark this lip color was until I put it on, and by then it was kind of too late.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a little more, like, vampy than I was going for, but here we are.
Absolutely.
What about you? How are you doing?
I'm good. I had a lot of fun watching your Pokemon Emerald stream yesterday.
It was so fun.
Also, y'all, I bought a Nintendo 64 yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So I'm very excited. I'm going to try and find a way to... get something that converts it to HDMI, because I really want to do a Diddy Kong Racing stream where Clarus and I compete in Diddy Kong Racing.
I've never played Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, so it won't be a fair competition. Fair. Yeah. Because I know all of those maps. I should have those maps tattooed on my body. I know them so well. And so, yeah, someone posted N64 on Facebook Marketplace yesterday, and I was like, babe...
You're like,
wife.
Would you be upset?
Would you be upset if this is how I spent our money?
And I was like, you know, whatever. And chat was on your side.
Yeah.
And, you know, I couldn't say no when chat was backing you up so hard.
So you will be playing Ocarina of Time soon.
Cool.
It is a condition. It was a condition of us getting married that she promised she would eventually play Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
A game she's never played. I'm also going to add in Majora's Mask into that agreement. So.
Okay.
2 games that you have to play.
Can I stream it?
You have to stream it.
Oh, I have
for
to
my
stream it.
entertainment.
Guys,
I
have never played through a Zelda game.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it through the tutorial of Breath of the Wild, and I took back Twilight Princess.
No, you made it through the tutorial.
I did? I don't think I made it off the island.
Did you not make it off the plateau?
I have never made it off the plateau.
Oh my god.
I had Twilight Princess.
How are we married?
And I took it back to the store.
I live in my Legend of Zelda hoodie.
I know. It's a nice hoodie.
It's so soft.
Yeah.
I got that at the official Nintendo store, and when you go to something like the official Nintendo store, you're like, the quality of the clothes is going to be just fine.
It's fine.
This was, I touched this hoodie, and I was like, this is the softest hoodie I've ever touched.
This is the one.
And then it was only $60, and I was like, this is so soft, it should be like, it felt like one of those robes that is like $300 in a hotel, if you take it. I was like, okay, and now I live in that hoodie. And honestly, there are so many times where we get on camera for Nerdy Nightly stuff, I'm like, I can't do another video this week in this hoodie. So I'm going to take this off, put on my Gremlins t-shirt, and deliver the news.
Hey!
Y'all, are you ready for some news?
I'm ready. Ready for news.
Let's do this. In very confusing fashion, Alan Tudyk, the actor who is the voice of at least one character in, I think the last, 12 Pixar Disney movies.
At least one.
They love to bring him in, including in Moana. He's the chicken. Hey.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He's the blondie from Firefly, right?
Yes, Wash.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's that. He's in a million things. He was also the Yes?
Did I see his face on a poster for something recently?
Maybe?
Okay, continue.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was like, is he?
Did you see his face on a poster?
I feel like I did, but I
Where are you seeing posters?
Like on Twitter? I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, we don't go outside.
No, not like posters, like posters.
Alan Tudyk plays the droid K2SO in the film Rogue One, a Star Wars story. And previously, when all the announcements were coming out about the show Andor, which is the prequel series to that is coming to Disney Plus later this year, we were told that K2SO would appear in the show alongside DaygonDAce as Cassian Andor. And Alan Tudyk came out and straight up said, he responded to a question, "They're shooting it right now. I'm not in it. But if it stays on the air, stories keep getting told, I'll end up in there."
Great.
Which is very confusing, because Kathleen Kennedy said he was in it.
Yeah.
And when we did the trailer reaction from the Disney Investor Day to the Andor trailer, and I was like, where's K2SO? He's the other star of this series.
Yeah.
And apparently he's, like, really not.
Weird. And why would she say that he's in it?
Yeah.
Was he, like, supposed to be?
Or maybe K2SO is, but but, like, no, they wouldn't.
No. I don't think they would do that. I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe she was, like, getting it confused and, like, that he's, like, the character is set to come in, like, late in the series?
Like, maybe, like, she knows the plan for season 2?
Yeah. Maybe, and, like, they just haven't, like, talked to him about it yet.
Well, it seems like they have talked to him about it, because he does, like, he ends a statement with, but if it stays on the air, stories keep getting told, I'll end up in there.
Okay, so maybe they're like, hey, we're doing this thing, and, we would like you to come for season 2 or 3, if we get that far.
What's really interesting to me about this is I thought Andor was going to be a one-season and done show. Like, they've talked about Kenobi being, Obi-Wan Kenobi is supposed to be just one season, it's 6 episodes and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is what I want for that. I do not want them to try and fit 5 seasons of Obi-Wan in the desert. I want one really well-told story in that time period. I kind of felt the same way about Cassian Andor, but I guess the insinuation here is that we are going to be getting more Andor beyond the season 1. I mean,
yeah, that's our hot take. We don't know that for sure.
But it seems implied. Like. It's not really that hot a take. I think it seems pretty implied by what he's saying. Yeah. If it stays on the air, it's weird. Are things still on the air if they're streaming?
I think it's an expression.
I know, but, like, are we still going to keep that expression around for streaming? Because on the air is literally meant that television shows back in the day used to have these antennae. For the youngins who are watching us on Twitch, you used to have a big television, and it was very thick and heavy and very hard to move. And you would have these 2 antennas on top of the TV. And the way that television would get into your house is a signal would literally be broadcast across the entire area.
Yeah.
And they would land in your house. Oh, my chatbot isn't on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oops. They would hit the antenna, and so when a show was on the air, it was literally
in the airwaves,
like you were breathing it in,
which is a weird thought.
Although I guess if you watch it on Wi-Fi, it is still on the air. Everything is on the air now.
I don't think expressions like that really go away.
Yeah.
Like we use expressions today that were of the time that really don't make any sense, but we still use them because they convey a meaning that we all kind of generally understand,
Yeah.
I think that's still going to be the expression.
I don't know. I feel Potomsian brings up you still hang up a phone.
True.
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't hung up a phone in years.
Yeah.
I've ended a call.
Yeah.
Although I say I ended the call. I don't really say I hung up anymore.
No, I say hung up. That's, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what other ones like that are there?
There's a ton, but, like, none of them are coming to mind right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Or, like, putting the cart before the horse. When was the last time you put anything before a horse?
That one is usually used as a metaphor, though.
Yeah, I guess.
That is a phrase that's, like, commonly used as a metaphor for something that has nothing to do with carts and horses. But you're not, like, saying, like, I hung up the phone when you're not talking about the phone.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're not like, oh, yeah, I saw them yesterday, and then at the end of the day, I hung up the phone and went home. You know what I mean? Like, that would be a weird...
That would be weird.
Oh, Rebel Trooper says people say hold your horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those.
Yeah. That's true.
How many people in modern times have held a horse?
Held?
We both have.
Yeah, we've both ridden horses.
No.
But not for a very long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm allergic. Jujubee still has a landline.
Wow.
Yeah, my parents still have landlines, but they're all like portable mobile phones. My parents they plug into charge, but my parents have like a separate mobile phone in the house. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing Super Mario 3D World Deluxe? Nolan Pfeiffer saying asks. It comes out on February 12th, right? So I plan on picking it up.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing a co-op stream and playing through the co-op together.
Yeah, when I had a Wii U, I played through Super Mario 3D World.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually kind of know that game, which I don't get to say often. So I'd be down for some.
Yeah, we were thinking of doing a co-op stream the day it launches on the Nerdy Nightly. So keep an eye out for that. In the next news story, this is kind of similarly in the same vein as just because it's Rogue One affiliated. Riz Ahmed has been asked a lot about whether he's going to be in the Venom sequel or in the Cassian Andor show, and his response was, "I just haven't heard of that, to be honest. I think I'm done in Venom. It's pretty conclusive. Dude got blown up in a spaceship."
Yeah.
And what's funny is I realized that in Rogue One he also gets blown up in a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's on the ground. But
I wonder if this is going to become like a Sean Bean thing, where he's written into everything he does to be the guy who blows up in a spaceship.
He just becomes known as, if Riz Ahmed is in like a big budget movie, eventually he blows up in a spaceship.
Yeah. And that way, it's like an ongoing thing. And, I guess in some cases that might be like spoilery, but like, you just have to know what you're getting into.
Yeah, I really enjoyed people, because I had read the Game of Thrones books since I was a kid. Like, I've been a fan of the A Song of Ice and Fire my whole life.
Yeah.
And so when the show started to come out, and other people started to be like, oh yeah, Sean Bean is like the lead of this show, and he's so good. And I was like, oh, you guys think Sean... Oh, you don't know.
Yeah, you're like...
Oh, you don't know.
Oh, boy. Oh,
and
my sweet summer child.
There's a part of me that wishes I could have experienced the Game of Thrones show with, like, fresh eyes and, like, didn't know the Red Wedding was going to happen. Because I think that, like, the shock of that moment would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
But I will say, the moment... Oh, because you hadn't read it before.
No, I read the first book before I saw the first season. But then I kept watching because it was so good. Getting to experience...
like, being the person in the room who knew what was about to happen for Game of Thrones was actually very fun. And I had a good time watching with some friends and being like, oh no.
Here we go. Buckle up. Yeah, literally.
Here's the thing. Riz Ahmed is not going to be returning in those two franchises.
No, he's dead.
Here's the other thing. Riz Ahmed is so freaking talented and is so good in everything. You're going to see him in a lot of stuff. Don't worry about it. He's going to be fine. Riz Ahmed is going to be an Oscar-winning actor at some point in our lifetime. And it might be for this drumming movie he's doing. I think I have the name here. I don't. Damn. But he is in a movie where he plays a drummer who's losing his hearing. And so he has to learn sign language. And I'm very excited for that because I love Riz Ahmed in everything he's done. And he's remarkable. What was that movie called? What was the HBO thing he did? The Night of, I think. Brilliant.
I'm not sure.
Brilliant. Him and I think it was John Turturro. Brilliant. Brilliant. Was it? It was like kind of a made-for-TV movie, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Dope.
All right. In superhero television news, we found out some new little tidbits about the upcoming launch of the new Superman and Lois TV show, which will be premiering February 23rd on the CW. We talked about this a little bit in our Batwoman spoiler review.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for this show because we haven't had a Superman TV show on television since the 90s with the Dean Cain show. And Smallville is not a Superman show. Fight me, internet. I will fight you. I will take you all down. I will die on this hill. Smallville is not a Superman show.
It's okay. It's all right.
And also Dean Cain is maybe, posting some stuff on Twitter he shouldn't.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's got some opinions that I wish he didn't have. But Superman and Lois will be coming to the CW with a 90-minute premiere, with an extra half an episode tacked on. And
90 minutes. Nice.
That will kick off at 8 Eastern, and then, this throws off the schedule, so what is in that extra half hour that night? They're going to be doing a 30-minute special, Superman and Lois, Legacy of Hope, at 9:30, which I think will look back on, which will probably be a half-hour special, just looking back on the history of Superman and Lois Lane in media, and the incredible impact that they've had on the world. Just the world, not even the world of news and entertainment and all that stuff, but on the world as a whole.
Yeah.
And I hope that it's a look back at all the fantastic actors and actresses who have played Clark Kent and Lois Lane.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Do we get that channel?
Yes, we do. That's what we watch Batwoman on.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we can even record it.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
No, that one we'll watch live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just wondering, if it's at a time.
It's no. My schedule will be set to watch the premiere of the new Superman show.
Great. I mean
I'm moving everything for the premiere of the Superman show.
All right.
That's there's no question.
Just so you guys have a heads up.
I won't be streaming that night.
Yeah.
I will be watching the new Superman show.
Yeah. That'll be fun. I'm excited. Yeah. And it's nice that they're taking that 2-hour slot and using it to the fullest.
Well, but here's the thing. So the original plan was that on February 23rd, we were going to get the new Superman show at 8.
Yeah.
And we were going to get the first episode of the new Flash TV show at 9. And so in order for this 90-minute show to happen, the first episode of The Flash is now actually being pushed back to March 2nd.
Gotcha.
For those of you waiting for the first episode of The Flash, you're actually going to have to wait an additional week, over a week for that.
Sorry about that.
But that might be more and more common as we head into this spring television season, because we have had our first pushback of a television episode because of COVID restrictions. This Is Us will not be airing a new episode tonight. Like they had originally planned to do. They couldn't get the episode done in time because of work from home stuff and whatnot. And so This Is Us is actually going to air a repeat, and the actual episode is going to be pushed back until at least a week, if not maybe 2, because post-production and stuff is hard when you're socially distanced. Just like they can't be on set, they can't get a bunch of editors in a room to get stuff done. Yeah,
no, that makes sense. That sucks, especially I know a lot of people love that show. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that would be kind of upsetting. But I'm glad that, that they're taking safety seriously. And that's the priority here, and it comes first. So, waiting another week, another few weeks is, I think, worth it.
You have to wonder, though, what this is going to do to ratings of these shows. Because people, there are a significant number of fans of these shows who write a date on a calendar and show up at that time. And when that thing isn't there, they get frustrated. And, I think that pushing the Flash back like this might hurt the Flash premiere a little bit. And, especially because the Flash will now premiere almost 2 months after the return of the CW Arrowverse with Batwoman coming back, obviously, last weekend. Yeah. It's just going to be interesting to see how they move forward with this, and how all of these networks handle advertising the fact that their shows are moving. Yeah. Because that's tricky. It's difficult. And it's more money spent. And it is absolutely more money spent. And yeah. Yeah, that's got to be tough. They could just promote our show. They could. And then we'll let you know when the new dates are. Like The Flash, coming March 2nd instead of February 23rd. What's going to happen, y'all? What is going to happen? What season is it? 7. But Iris is in the Mirrorverse. She's been in the Mirrorverse for a freaking year. Now, I need to know what happens. I mean, it's very important to me that we find out what happens to Iris. Okay, all right. What? It's been a year. A year. Yeah. Clarus. 365 days. This whole all of the seasons ended with 2 episodes left thing, it really sucks. Yeah. Because, usually, you get to the end of the season and there's, a satisfying conclusion. There's a big episode finale. And they give you, some to, feel good about, but then something to wait for. Well, if you really think about it, The Flash would have ended in, May-ish with a big finale. We would have gotten teases for the future. And then the show would have come back in September, October. The show ended in March, early, and it's going to come back in March.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah. Yep. These
Wild.
are COVID times.
COVID times.
Yeah.
Y'all, and nothing is a bigger sign of COVID times than this next story. Channel 4, which is a British television show, has had to backtrack on its decision to commission a second season of the Victorian era comedy crime caper Year of the Rabbit. This is per Deadline. Because the coronavirus pandemic has forced the British broadcaster to cut content by 150 million euros this year. And so shows that they said that they were going to make, they're not going to get to make. Because they have 150 million euros in cuts.
Wow.
Yeah. I wonder if part of this is going to have to do with...
That's 205 million. Yeah.
205 million American. $150 million in cuts. And look, Channel 4 isn't a huge station. Like, that is a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's not like a Disney where they're like, all right, so we're going to cut one show.
No, yeah.
Disney Plus is like 200 million, so we're cutting 3 episodes off The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But this is sad. I mean, this is, Channel 4 makes a lot of content, and they make a lot of uniquely British content and British-made content.
Yeah.
And it is sad to see that because of the coronavirus, that this is 100% because of that,
Yeah.
And maybe also a little bit because of Brexit. But, that's complicated.
I mean, yeah, we'll never know exactly how many dollars are from it. That's not how this works. But that is tragic.
It is. And for fans of that show, I'm so sorry that show's not coming back after you're told it was. I mean, the same thing happened with Glow, right? Like,
oh, Glow.
Glow was going to come back, and then they released those actors, and everyone was like, why would you cancel Glow? And Netflix was like, look, we don't know when we're going to make it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to keep these actors in a contract and stop them from making money.
Yeah.
And so, they were trying to do the right thing.
Yeah, they did the right thing by letting those actors find other work and not, beholding them to that. It's just... Glow was so good. Guys, if you have not watched Glow, it's on Netflix. It's a, one-of-a-kind show.
Yeah.
I would say that it is, unique and wonderful.
I agree with that.
Yeah, go give it even the pilot episode, the first episode, is, pretty solid, and it's... Sometimes with shows, you're like, try watching maybe 2 or 3 episodes, but this one, I think, episode 1 is pretty strong. So, check it out.
Yeah, it's a really unique take on an already unique world.
Yes,
and
the
Alison Brie.
perspective is so interesting.
Annie.
Yeah.
Annie. That's her name in Community.
Gotcha.
I fell in love with Annie.
She's very talented.
She's so sweet and
so
wonderful.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. In kind of some fun news, for those of you who are watching WandaVision, this isn't spoilers for WandaVision, don't worry. But they have released, now that it's almost a week later, the episode titles for the first 2 episodes.
Oh, they weren't titled?
No. on Disney Plus, they're just episode 1 and episode 2. And Disney Plus is doing weird things with their titles. The Mandalorian episodes have titles, but if you go into Disney Plus, it just says Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. Even though in the episodes, they have a title, The Fugitive, or it's always the something for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So the first episodes of WandaVision have been titled, and I just think they're fun. The first episode was called Filmed Before a Live Studio Audience, and episode 2 was Don't Touch That Dial. And so I think it is fun. I think it's fun that Disney is so... The only reason I wanted to talk about this really is Disney is so afraid of spoiling anything that they won't even let you know what the titles of the episodes are while you're watching the episode. They're like, all right, watch the episode, and then a week from now, we'll let you know what it was called.
Yeah. I mean, not that, here's the thing. The title of the episode, I don't think is going to bring in any more viewers. I don't think it's going to help them in any way, so it's kind of like...
Well, no, but it used to be a thing. I remember when Game of Thrones was... Game of Thrones Season 7, there was a big thing where, the titles came out for the episodes, and everyone lost their minds for, a week. And this was, a month and a half before the season premiered.
That's true, because they were trying to they were trying to piece it all together.
To see what was going to happen,
Yeah.
And so that's always been a big part of, the culture of online conversation of these shows. Mm-hmm. And Disney is nah, we're not playing that game. You can watch Chapter 1.
I mean, Disney at this point can do whatever they want. Well,
but here's the thing, right? I appreciate it. Because, you know, we talked yesterday in the story where we were talking about how that Quicksilver actor is spoiled for WandaVision.
Yeah.
Disney does such a good job of when you watch the content, you get the surprise.
Yeah.
Like we talked about Mandalorian. Like, I had no idea what was going to happen in any episode of Mandalorian because there was no rumors. There was nothing. You know what I mean? And it's because they print those scripts on that red paper that can't be photocopied. Yeah, Disney. So apparently Disney prints its scripts for like Marvel movies on this dark red paper. And so if you put it on a photocopier, the photocopier can't read it. And if you try and scan it with your phone, it won't scan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have like anti copy paper.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do. That just makes sense. Mm-hmm. Wild.
Yeah, and so for these TV shows, like, we don't get the spoilers, and I appreciate that we don't get the spoilers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but this is just funny. I just thought it was funny that they're like, all right, well, I think the episode's been out long enough. We can release what the title of it was.
We can name it.
Can you imagine if a book came out with a blank cover, and they're like, read the book, and then we'll tell you what it's called? That would be really cool.
That'd be an interesting marketing strategy.
If you read the whole book, the title would, like, reveal itself. If there was, like, a way to do that.
Oh, I love it, but I just don't know how you could pull it off.
Magic. You could do it in an ebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then people would get to the end, they would know the title, and they would tell everyone else.
Oh, sure. I just mean, like, for people like me who avoid spoilers in order to enjoy things, I would be the person who's like, well, I used to. Now that I'm looking up the news every day, I see every rumor under the sun for this freaking morning show.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's not a problem. It's a challenge. To resist temptation. I wonder if anyone knows what I just referenced besides you.
No.
Do you know what I just referenced?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow.
Is that Jesus Christ Superstars?
No.
I don't know.
It's Jason Robert Brown's The Last 5 Years.
Oh, I know that musical.
It's the song that Jamie sings about
cheating.
Not cheating.
Yeah.
It's his not cheating song before he sings his cheating song.
Right.
Yeah. Spoilers for The Last 5 Years. If you haven't seen the movie, it's a great movie. Jeremy Jordan, Anna Kendrick. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I got to go to the premiere in New York, and it was very, very fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're good, and the music is good, so.
Ooh, Misguided Gamers Live in the chat asks, do you have a favorite Disney princess? I mean, like, my personal favorite is Megara from Hercules, because Hercules is my favorite movie.
That's fair.
Hercules is a perfect film. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Except for the animation of the Hydra. It's still a little weird all this time later. Because they didn't do the cell, or I don't even know what the art style is, but because they tried to make the Hydra 3D, the Hydra is the only part of that movie that hasn't aged well.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, which
but
is fine. I don't know. I mean, my favorite Disney princess when I was growing up was Snow White because I was pasty and had dark hair, and I thought I looked like her.
You did.
I don't know.
Really?
I've never thought about this.
I think about it a lot. Like, is Bo Peep from Toy Story a Disney princess?
Princess? No, she's not a princess.
Yeah, but Megara isn't really a princess either. Like, if I had to go with, like...
She becomes a god.
She does become a god. No, if I had to go with, like, an actual princess, maybe Rapunzel from Tangled right now in my life.
Oh, yeah, because Tangled was very good.
Tangled just means a lot to me.
That's a strong choice. Oh, Leia is a Disney princess, technically.
Leia is a Disney princess, too.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we are considering Leia a Disney princess, then duh. Leia is Leia
is the greatest Disney princess of all time. That's just, you can't argue that.
Although I will say, I don't have a Funko Pop of Leia, which I think is kind of disappointing.
You have...
I know, I have so many Star Wars Pops, but I don't have Leia or Luke.
You have like 40 Funkos over there.
I know, and I don't have Leia or Luke.
I'm ashamed.
I don't know why, too. Oh, it's because I didn't really buy a lot of them. A lot of these I got as gifts, or I've never really purchased Funkos. A lot of my Star Wars ones I got because they were all on sale at EB Games, and they were like, it was like buy 2 get 2 free. Okay. And these were the ones they had.
Yeah, I think we have to pick a Disney princess. You can't.
It's Leia, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course it's Leia.
Megara is a good choice though.
I love Megara.
Solid. I'm a fan.
I Won't Say I'm in Love is so good.
Oh god, I know.
Apparently, I'm being shamed for not owning more Funko Pops.
Don't start with that, okay? We have enough.
I'll buy more. I will buy more Funko Pops.
We don't need any. It's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Then Darth Vader is too. Darth Vader is a...
But Tom seems trying to make the argument that Darth Vader is a Disney princess, and I'm not willing to go down that road. Darth Vader is because here's the thing. Darth Vader isn't related to royalty, because Leia is not by blood a princess. She's adopted into a royal family.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's a princess.
Yes, but not because of her blood, because of her adoption. Darth Vader is not the reason that she's a princess.
Yeah.
Brea Organa, her mother, is the reason she's a princess. In fact, her father isn't even royalty. What's interesting about...
What have you done?
What's interesting about the Alderaanian culture is that while Brea is actually royalty, her husband isn't. And that's why he has a job as a senator, and she handles the royal affairs. It's really good. There's a book, Leia, Princess of Alderaan, which is a book detailing Leia as a child, and her growing up and how she becomes the way that she is. Mm-hmm. It's really good. It came out before Last Jedi because it introduced the character of Holdo, mm-hmm. who is Admiral Holdo in the movie, and who is very much like a Luna Lovegoody kind of teenager mm-hmm. that Leia meets.
That is true. Their mother is that her mother is a queen, her biological mother, as well.
No, her mother was a queen, but is no longer a queen. Naboo's queen is an elected position. It's not a family position. So you don't actually, you don't inherit the role of queen.
Wait, I'm sorry. She was 14 and she got elected as queen?
Yeah, so the way that Naboo works is they believe that there is something about the eyes of a child, essentially. That there's something about having an innocent person or with an open mind to the world, be it put in a position to help make decisions. So yes, you actually serve terms as an elected queen in Naboo culture, and this is a whole thing. This is a whole thing because the queen after Padme was was a person who had been queen before and served her second term after Padme's second term, and she's the one who asked Padme to become a senator for Naboo, and that's why in Attack of the Clones, Padme is a senator because her terms as queen have passed on. But she is not, and she's not there's no royal inheritance in Naboo. It is a title that you get elected to.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Sex Monkey. That's a horrible idea.
I mean, you say it's a horrible idea, but it's gone really well for Naboo. They're a super peaceful, lovely culture.
Okay, but because it's been written that way.
I'm just saying you have to believe that it worked out as written.
If that, if we put that into practice in real life.
And what's insane, so what's really funny about that culture is, so they have to change their name when they become queen.
Wow.
And they assume a new identity. And then they get their handmaidens. And their handmaidens are all these super trained young women who happen to look like them, so that they can switch in and out of. You read Queen's Shadow and read Queen's Peril. They're two books. Who wrote Queen's Shadow? Alexander Freed. No, that's the wrong book. E.K. Johnson, who also wrote the Ahsoka book, wrote Queen's Shadow, and it's excellent. And so all of their handmaidens also have to change their name so that they rhyme with. So all of her handmaidens' names have to rhyme with Padme. So that's why her handmaidens are Sabe. And
why?
Because it's the tradition of this world. And so she has her handmaidens around her who are her trusted advisors, defenders. They're all super they're basically ninjas that protect her. And they can also change and look like her, and so sometimes they'll be wearing her garb so that she can be watching from the sidelines, like the sequence in the secret Gungan location. It's really cool. If you read Queen's Shadow, it makes that world look. It's fascinating. E.K. Johnson crushed it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love
actually.
That book is very good. And E.K. Johnson also wrote Ahsoka, which is also very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's your daily Star Wars lesson.
I didn't think I was going to be teaching my Star Wars lessons today, but yeah. Naboo culture is dope. It's really fun.
If you say so. Before we are getting to the end of the show, I just want to make sure we don't have any more news.
We have one last news story.
One last news story.
You know what it is. It's like the one that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Amanda Gorman. Y'all, I don't know if you guys watched the inauguration yesterday, but it was pretty special. Mm-hmm. It was pretty special, and there was one thing that made it extra special. It was the performance of the youngest national poet laureate in American history, Amanda Gorman, a young black woman who gave a incredible speech called The Hill We Climb, which is conveniently also the name of her first book. She is a 22-year-old poet who, a day after giving that speech in the inauguration, her two books that are released, her books of poetry, are now number 1 and number 2 on Amazon. And her upcoming children's book is ahead of Barack Obama's presidential memoir on Amazon for pre-orders. So Amanda Gorman went from like being a brilliant, incredible, smart, very, very, very good writer to being a potentially very wealthy good writer in a day.
Yeah, for real.
And she absolutely deserves it. I'm only laughing because like I'm happy for her success. I'm not mocking this at all.
It's just so funny that like overnight, that's like that people, people connected with her so strongly that so many people went out and ordered her stuff. Like that's really truly special.
Well, I'm not surprised though. You know what I mean? Like I was sitting here watching it with a tear in my eye. Like I was so moved by what she said. And it's the kind of success that you love to see.
Yeah. You
love to see someone who genuinely deserves a huge amount of success suddenly get it.
Yeah.
And we talked about some bad COVID news today. There were some downers today, and I just wanted to end on this story today because this is such a positive thing in the world to me that, the outgoing administration is gone, and the ingoing administration put up a 22-year-old black girl who spoke to the heart of the trauma that a lot of people have felt the last 4 years, and nailed it, and like really met the moment with such grace and such just such wisdom, and it was so moving. And I woke up to this news and I was so overjoyed by it. I was like, yes, this girl absolutely deserves this.
Yeah.
And I want to pick up some of her poetry. I have some poetry books on my shelves, and I want to add some of her stuff to my collection. And I want to read, I really want to read some of her stuff now, because I love what she said yesterday. And I'm so excited to see people like her creating art right now when, I feel like I need this in my life a little bit. Yeah,
I think a lot of people feel like they need it.
Yeah.
It's been a dark year, and for some people it's been a dark 4 years. And it's it's warms the heart.
Yeah. And Lin-Manuel tweeted at her, and she tweeted back. She was like, "Did you catch that I put 2 Hamilton references in it? I couldn't help myself." And he tweeted back. He was like, "You nailed it. You were perfect." And I'm like, "Yes, this is the joy.
This is the crossover.
This is the hope of the future." You know what I mean? Like we needed to start with positivity. And what's amazing is this woman I have never heard of before steps up and does this, and like we had Lady Gaga on that stage, we had J-Lo on that stage, and they were great.
Garth
Brooks was on that stage, also great. His performance was very toned down and very emotional, which surprised me for him.
Yeah, it was nice.
It wasn't bombastic at all, which is what I think. Like when I think of Garth Brooks, I think of like a stadium kind of, and he like toned it down to like the raw emotion of that song, and I appreciated that. But she outshone all of them, in my opinion. Yeah. And partially because she wrote those words, but also just because she delivered them so beautifully. Yeah. It was a special moment. Yeah, special moment for sure.
Well, that's the news then.
That's the news. Guys, if you, like me, want to see more hope and positivity in the world, go check out The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman, available on Amazon. Or I'm going to pull this up real quick because I do want to get her upcoming book's title right for this.
That's fair.
Or there are her 2 books, Change Sings and The Hill We Climb. And her upcoming book, Change Sings, A Children's Anthem. which is the one on pre-order. It tells the story of a young girl who leads a cast of characters on a musical journey. They learn that they have the power to make changes big or small in the world, in their communities, and most importantly, in themselves. The book is billed as a triumphant call to action for everyone to use their abilities to make a difference. Yeah. She's also 22, so, like...
Wow.
I'm a little depressed that I have not accomplished anything at 28.
Wow. Okay, cool.
You know.
It's fine.
That's fine. It's fine.
We'll just be old.
Amanda, could you wait, like... Can I call you Amanda? Probably not. Mrs. Gorman. Can you, like, wait, like, 6 years before you write another book, just so that you only beat me by 3 and not 4?
Yeah, just so...
She's not going to.
She's like, who the hell is this guy? Oh,
why is this white boy in Canada trying to tell me when to write my dang books?
Thank you guys for joining us this morning. That's the news.
Yeah, that's the news.
We're gonna be on later today. David's gonna be on twice later today. It's gonna be a long one. But,
yeah, we're baking in 2 hours.
Yes, we're gonna bake a pavlova. No, we're starting at 2.
Oh, 3 hours. We're baking in 3 hours.
Yeah, we're starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. We're gonna do some baking on stream. It's gonna be fun.
A blackberry blueberry pavlova. Pavlova. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, and then you are streaming your new Nuzlocke.
Nuzlocke 3.0, y'all. Nuzlocke 3.0. This is the one where we actually don't die all the time.
I believe in you.
I believe. Believe.
Yeah, we're making a pavlova, which is basically like meringue.
It's a big meringue.
It's gonna be delish.
Y'all, we will also be back tomorrow with another episode of the Nightly Morning Show. And if you missed it, last night we dropped the second episode of Catching Up Clarus. We're talking about the movie Shazam from 2019, starring Zachary Levi and Asher Angel, as well as Mark Strong as the villain. So go check out that episode. It is available on our podcast feed or on our website, www.nerdynightly.com, in the podcast tab.
Yeah, check that out. You can hear our thoughts on it if you missed it. And
if you watched this on YouTube or listened to our podcast feed where this goes up as well, please come check us out live on twitch.tv/nerdynightly, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. We do the morning show every day. Tomorrow's episode 75.
Yep. I can't
We're
believe
getting close to 100. What are we doing for 100?
We're going to figure out something for episode 100.
I'm going to start reaching out to celebrities. I'm just going to, I'm going to mass message celebrities and be like, will you be a guest on our 100th episode of our morning show? I'm going to do it. Who knows? Maybe one of them is like, yeah, I'll do a pre-tape segment. I'll do like a 5-minute Zoom call.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Everyone's going to say no, but that's fine.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
That's what sports people say. My name's David Webb.
I'm Arielle Edwards.
Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.